Welcome to your 8 minutes thriving hard for thriving life grief tips. Let me ask you, have you ever feel overwhelmed? In this video, we're going to discuss how to manage empathy overwhelm while we're grieving. So what is empathy overwhelm? A lot of people, a lot of clients who come to me at the beginning says, oh my gosh, I have all these people who are very well-meaning, but they're texting me and everybody on social media is sending me message and all these things. And it's just very overwhelming. I cannot keep up with them, and it feels I feel really actually feel much worse every time I have to answer anybody, and particularly it's just really hurtful, even more if I have to tell people what happened. And if that's happening to a loved one or to you, this is an empathy overwhelm. So you have an outpouring of empathy, which is wonderful. And at the same time, you are feeling overwhelmed with that. There are a few tips that we can share. The first one is with the social media. Sometimes you want to you post something in the social media because you know that you want certain friends and family to be informed. If that's the situations, then a few things you can do. Number one is to turn off commenting. If you do not want to have to deal with people's comment, turn off commenting. And then number two is you can leave the comment alone. Some people find it consoling to read the comment, but you don't have to answer every single one. What you can do is a few days later, or a week, or a month later, to put another post saying that thank you for everyone with your for your love and care. I could not answer every single message, but thank you very much. And you can just do that. And then the other thing you can do is you can put the post up, and once everyone whom you want to be informed to know about what happened and has received the information, you can take the post down. Now, the benefit of taking the post down, depending on what happening, is such that you do not receive a reminder from the social media, because a lot of clients told me, oh my God, can you believe what I saw on whatever platform it is? It's the 1 month anniversary, or the 6 months, or the 1 year anniversary, which is something I just absolutely do not need to see. If you take down the post, that's much less likely to happen. So any of those are things that you can do with the social media. And the other thing that now, what about texting? A lot of nowadays people text, and then some clients says, oh gosh, I got like 20 or 30 texts a day. Or when you go back to work and everybody's seemingly like to swarm around you. So with the textings, a few things you can do. Similarly, number one is to say very briefly, to put a very certain phrase, and then you can copy paste this over and over again. And for instance, you can say, thank you. People asking you, oh my gosh, heard this happen, how you doing? Thank you, I'm receiving help. Or thank you, I'm doing okay. If you're doing okay, thank you, doing okay. If you are going through a lot of things and they know that you're having tough time and you're receiving help, you can say thank you, I'm receiving help. And in that, and of course, if you are having tough time, then do reach out and allow somebody who is qualified to help you, such that you really are receiving help and will be okay. But you can say, thank you, I'll be okay, I'm receiving help. Or thank you, I'm okay. And if you find it painful to have to type that over and over, or you just don't feel like doing that, or you're exhausted, you can copy paste the same thing over and over again. And if they ask you every day, you can answer the same thing every day. And so that is one thing that you are able to do. If that's too much for you, if you're able to, you can do with a lot of text. You can hover over the text and then click a thumbs up or a heart, and then you can say, and it's indicate to them that you got the message, you're okay, but you're not feeling like answering at this moment. And it is okay. It is absolutely okay to not put yourself in a situations that exhaust you even more, that hurt you even more. Grief by itself already cause most of us to feel overwhelmed, to get very tired, to get very confused, to feel it, to become very easily triggered, whether it is causing us to feel sad, to feel devastated, to feel overwhelmed, anxious, angry, anything. And so by nature's grief already doing that, so you do not need to put yourself in doing things that really don't feel good to you. And if people, some people have people say, it's, all they just asking what happened. They don't even ask how I'm doing. In that scenario, if you don't feel like reciting, because for most people, keep reciting what happened, only reopening the wound and relieving the trauma, so to say, you do not need to answer. If they don't even say how you're doing, you do not need to answer. You can just say, you just ignore them, or you can again mark that you got it, but you don't answer, and hopefully sooner than later they got the message, the signals that stop asking. And now if it is somebody who's really close to you, a loved one, say your parents, your kids, your significant other who's happened to be away, and they're checking on you, you do want to respond even very briefly, because they really are care, they really are worried, and you don't want them to be not hearing from you and then sending the police or something, thinking that you got hurt, right? And so you might say again, thank you, I'm getting help. Thank you. If you really don't feel like communicating with anybody, that you don't have an obligations to engage, so to say, if you don't have the time or the energy or the capacity to do that. Now, what if it is a workplace? At workplace, you can do the same thing. You can go and say to people, thank you, I'd rather not talk about this. It's absolutely okay to do that. And depend on the work situation, you might even be able to ask your supervisor kindly for their help and say, can you message people that I'd rather focus on work when I come back to work and not talk about what happened. If it doesn't feel good to you to be having people swarming over you and having people saying all different things, including empathy. So that's something you are able to do. You can also, now, if it is somebody whom you are, your loved one, your friend who are going through things, if you're checking on them, then be clear in your question. Say, instead of say, hey there, instead of just saying, hey there, and they're like, so what? Then ask, hey, I'm concerned about you. How are you doing? And they can choose to answer or not answer. If they do not answer, please don't take it personally. And if you have any question, please feel welcome to let me know, to message me in the comment here, in the comment sections, or to connect with me directly at drtanforgrief@gmail.com. And I'm here for you. And I look forward to see you again at the next video. If you find this video useful, then feel welcome to share it. Please like it and please subscribe as well. And this is Dr. BirgitteTan with Joyful Riches Beyond Grief. I'll see you again in the next video. Welcome. Welcome to your 8 minutes Thriving Hard for Thriving Life Grief Tips. Let me ask you, have you ever feel overwhelmed? In this video, we're going to discuss how to manage empathy overwhelm while we're grieving. So what is empathy overwhelm?